Hello, hello, hello. Hi, guys. So hopefully my Wi-Fi will behave itself down here. Oh, it feels so much better down here than upstairs. It's so freaking hot in my house. I think the last I looked, it was like 90 degrees. But we got an air conditioner, so we're waiting for it to kick in. But I know that I've been doing like a daily check-in and all that. But this is like a little bit more. So I think it was just really sparked. I don't know how you guys are, but when I make like a post on my Facebook and it's like something that I've mentioned with like my past or something, and it just kind of opens the floodgate, so to speak, you know. And I was asked to speak in one of your guys's live party today, with like my why and stuff. And I don't know, it's just so easy for me. Like I hate getting emotional, you know, I totally hate getting emotional. But that door has been opened today with me just talking about everything. And I don't know, like just the stuff that I've gone through already with this business. It's just about like, I look from the outside, like, gosh, was that really my life? Like, it's just crazy. And then from there, I was looking at the leadership group. I'm in like this ginormous leadership group with triple diamonds all the way up to ambassadors and black diamonds. And I don't know, they talk a lot in there, and I get to be privy of like peeking in, like, oh, what are they talking about? And a lot of like what they were talking about today just was like also on my heart, you know. And I just wanted to kind of like share with you guys what, I don't know, what I was thinking and whatnot. And, you know, there's 10 days left of a month. Hi, Tammy. 10 days left of this month. And I know I wrote a post already and whatnot, but I just kind of just wanted to pour into you guys a bit, because you guys are my team. You're my family. Like, I'm nothing without you guys. And it's so easy. Like, oh my gosh, just the stuff that I've gone through with this business. And the reason why I'm so hands-on, by the way, is just that my hope is always that you don't have to go through as much as that I went through. You know, that if I can go through it and just pour into all you guys and show you what I've learned and you know, like just all of it, is that you don't have to go through the same crap. My year one into the business, like, was not the greatest. I will be honest with you. I had no idea what I was doing. I was given really, really bad advice in the beginning as far as like, oh my gosh. When we first started, I was told to send to everybody in my phone. It was like this 2-page essay of like, hey, you this is what I'm doing. And it was awful, you guys. I like blew my entire market by sending that. But somehow I still managed to get to Ruby my first 30 days. And I look back and I'm like, gosh, I don't even know how I did that. And it was really, honest, you guys, it was pure excitement and confidence. And I know that there's so many people, because I get you guys in my inbox, you know, like, Miranda, I don't know if it's possible to do or Miranda, like, my team isn't messaging me back. Miranda, like, I feel so lost. Miranda, I feel like I'm in a funk. Miranda, I really, really want to do this, but I don't even know where to start. You know, there's just so much, right? Like, and it really is. I wish I had a deck of cards in front of me right now. And this was told to me. I don't know, some of you guys have been with me for a while. I had Dan and Jess, our uplines, live in my front yard for like 3 months. They used to travel the world in an RV. And Jessica's who I signed up underneath of. And she's a triple diamond. And yes, I'm a triple diamond too. But they were in my front lawn, and I remember her telling me, we were like going to the store, and she's like, yes, this business is very much like a deck of cards. You have this deck of cards, and you just keep on flipping, and you're looking for your aces. And your ace can be at the very, very top, or it can be at the very bottom. And those aces represent runners on your team, right? Like, you never know when you're going to get a worker bee for your business. You just don't. And not everybody is going to want the business like you do. It's just the way it is. Do I feel like anybody can do this business? Yeah. But is everyone going to do this business? No, because not everyone has the mindset that goes with. But it's just like, you can't, like, no matter what, if you put the no quit option in there, right? And you tell yourself, I'm never going to give up, right? then eventually you're going to reach your goal, because the tips and tricks that we teach combined with that no quit attitude, it will pay off no matter what. That's just the way it is. So if you take away the quit option, just throw it out. Just throw it in the garbage. Throw it in the garbage. That's my garbage is full. Throw it away and just keep on going. Because guess what? Like, all those seeds you're planting, all those people you're talking to, they're watching you. They're watching you because this is a business that people quit. It's just the way it is, right? Like, it's a self-motivating business. I very much relate this to like an online class. Like, does everyone like to take an online class? Oh, heck no. They're harder, right? Like, you have to do more work for an online class. You have X, Y, and Z homework and tests, and oh my gosh, like a 5-minute conversation in class is going to take you 2 hours to write that puppy up, because you have to have the correct words, in there. You have to have so big. You have to have perfect content, like all sorts of craziness. I took an entire degree online, and it was so freaking hard. And I came back with it with like, gosh, like, is it for everybody? It was perfect for my life at the moment then, because Drajan was like 2. And I remember him just pounding on the door when I'm taking a test. Or my internet just kabooied on me in the middle of a test. I'm bawling my eyes out, begging the teacher to reopen my test, right? But guess what? I got it done. And what's crazy to me is that people will pay how much money to go to college, right? Thousands of dollars, thousands. Your books alone are just a ridiculous, disgusting amount, right? We paid $99 to this business, and you have it in your capability to make whatever you want each month. There's no cap. What job do you know out there that does not have a cap on income? I know darn well that I could have worked at that hospital until I was like 80 years old. And I'm already at my cap. I might get 1% increase here and there if I'm lucky. And I'm still going to hit the max. And so I know I was right next to the max because I hit my 10-year. So I could be busting my butt off every single day and literally breaking my back because my back is all messed up. But nobody gave a rip. Like, nobody cared, like, at all. I think my wake-up call is when I lost my mom. Not a single coworker really gave a crap. Like, there's no heart and soul at the hospital. Like, no. And it's just like no cap on income, which means you're sitting on a bunch of bills right now. You have them stacked up and just taunting you on yourself right now. Yep. And collectors calling you, hey, when are you going to pay me? When are you going to pay you? Oh, by the way, you owe hundreds of dollars in interest by now. When are you going to pay me? Right? You've got the credit cards just maxed to the gill. You went over your limit, so they charged more fees. You've got overdraft amounts in your bank account. You guys, I've lived through it. Like, it sucks. I've been through it with food stamps. Like, that was mortifying. I think that was by far some of the hardest stuff, is the food stamps and like food banks. Because it's just like, I don't know, just standing in line in a grocery store with your little card or your food stamps in your hand and WIC, like, oh my gosh. And then the people behind you just staring at you and being jerks, like tapping their feet, like, hurry up, or the cashier where you know that they were just not a nice cashier to begin with. And you're like, crap, I picked the wrong one. And this isn't the right kind. And you're like, crap, so then you got to get out of line and go find it in the store while your baby's crying and you're sweating buckets because you already took all the courage you could out from underneath of you to even stand in that line to begin with, right? Only to go try to find that one freaking milk or that one box of cereal that matches a stupid freaking WIC coupon, right? Like, been there, totally been there. Like, or asking for money. Right? Like, I have a lot of pride on that part, and I admit it. I totally admit it. I have a lot of pride when it comes to asking for money with somebody. I don't ask people for money. But there have been situations where I don't eat dinner. Like, many times I don't eat dinner because I want my babies to eat. And you go to, just hope that you can fall asleep right away, even though your stomach's growling, right? Man, like, I've been there. Where, like, my PUD, like, I kept it. I actually kept it. On purpose. I found it the other day. You know what this is? PUD. That is my electric notice that was put on my door. My last one before I really got going with this business. Like, there is not more stress for me personally, like knowing that my, like, either one, I can't feed my babies, or two, the electricity is going to be shut off. Because obviously you can't cook, you can't have hot showers. Like, my babies deserve better than that. And I know that there's people watching this right now that are going through what I'm talking about right now. That you feel suffocated, you feel like there is bricks on your shoulder with just the stress of freaking life. And it just gets harder. Each day freaking gets harder. Like, you're buried in sand and it's just like you're trying to get out of it, right? Been there. When I started this business, you guys, it was probably by far like kind of like the worst time ever. I had just lost my mom. I couldn't even feel like I could grieve properly because my daughter was watching every move that I made. And if I cried, then she would be upset, right? Like, and so I just had to pull my crap together and just like cry in private, you know? And at the same time, trying to bounce my body back to like pre-pregnancy. Yeah, right. 10-pound baby later. And then I brought in my niece at the same time. So here's 4 kids, my husband gone all the time. I was so freaking depressed and miserable. Nobody knew to the extent. Nobody. And I know that, like, I don't want to say that because it's pretty dark. But just know that I was in a really bad spot. If it wasn't for my kids, I don't even know if I'd be here. I'm going to be honest with you guys. And it's just about as easier. Oh gosh, do I just give it all? Like, what do you do? And so I was looking into options with trying to move into a smaller place. Do I move in with family? Like, and all of it, I'm like, gosh, I feel like the worst failure of a mom right now. Because my babies, I'd go to the store, Mom, can I have that? Nope. Can I have that? Nope. And it'd be simple things like juice, you know, like the stupidest cheap thing where it's only like $3 and I couldn't even afford it. Like, nope, 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 nope. And secretly, I just wanted to cry my eyes out in the store because it's like, that's crap. I should be able to say yes to that. A $3 thing of juice, like, or like popsicles or something. Oh my gosh. Like, I had it down where I knew exactly the cheapest meat to get from the store. Like, and it was disgusting. Like, to this day, I literally am getting this turkey. It tasted like rubber. Like, it was at the business Costco. It was so cheap. It was like 49 cents a pound for freaking chicken, you know? And it's just to the, like, it's just so gross. Like, I've been, like, down the rockiest roads, like, just growing up as a kid. I lived in a freaking metal trailer with no electricity, no running water. I'd have to heat these ginormous pans up on the stove. And I remember vowing I would never allow my kids to get to any sort of poorness at all, right? And then I found myself in it. We were, you know, with Kiana, we were on the food stamps and WIC and all of that. We got out of it after x-ray school and everything. And then the market crashed. I am a helper bee, and sometimes it bites me in the ass. And I ended up taking in too many families at once. I was the only one working, and that's when we got into debt so far up to our eyeballs that to this day we're still paying for it. You know, thousands of dollars worth in bills, like crazy. Now, obviously, we can pay things now, but I've been there, you know, and it breaks my heart because I sign up. I sign up a lot of distributors, and a lot of you guys are even watching this. Like, you're my personally enrolled. And the reason you sign up to begin with is some sort of freaking hope, right? You saw somebody post on Facebook, gosh, like, if I can just have a sliver of that, it would help so much, right? Like, having my car paid each month, so I don't have to worry about one of them getting repossessed, right? Been there. We've had, I think, 3 of them repossessed before. Like, that's a crappy feeling, having your car taken away from you. And, you know, or going to the grocery store, or not having money for gas, and so you're stuck at home for a while. You know, like, crap, I can't drive anywhere because I can't fill up my gas tank. Or in my case, what I would always do, because I learned how to cheat the system a bit, is intentionally go negative in my bank account. So I'd go to the gas tank, I'd have $5 left in my bank, right? And I would go fill up my gas tank $50, $60, you know, later, but knowing darn well it's going to go negative in my bank. And then I didn't even get paid for another 4 days or so. Payday loans, let's talk about that for a second. Yeah, I did every payday loan that you could possibly think of. And that's another crappy feeling, let me tell you. Standing in that line, kind of hoping they don't really look at you, you know, and then getting to the counter, sweating buckets, like, how much do you want to loan out today? Oh, well, I need to pay it off and reloan. I'd reloan those puppies over and over and over. Man, they charged a lot. Like, they banked. I forget what the fee was, like $100 fee every single time, right? And you do it twice a month, right? And it's just this ginormous hole that, you know, and then you just wait for tax season, right? Tax return season. Everybody and their mom waits for tax return season and hoping that you actually get something back for the end of the year. And yet on your fingertips right now is the chance to completely reshape your life if you want it. Completely. Because there's no cap on income. 150% you can remake your life. Now, it won't always be easy, you guys. Like, and I admit it. Like, there will never totally be like an easy button to click. Because you're going to be told no. You're going to get some haters mixed in because they don't understand this or they just hate themselves, quite frankly. You're going to have negative Nancy's. You're going to have days that you'd rather watch some TV than post on Facebook. You're going to have days where, you know, even your best friend gives you a hard time or your family. Like, they're the worst ones. That's what I didn't expect, is that the people closest to me giving me the hardest grief. I had my own family try to sabotage my business. I remember having 20 potential customers and distributors. I'm not going to say which side of the family. And all lined up with paydays and everything. And one of the head honchos went around saying, don't sign up with them. And that was family. Okay? Like, it's kind of a crazy business, you know? And it's one of those things, brush it off. Haters don't pay your bills, right? And whatever stresses you out, like whoever's giving you a hard time, get rid of them. I have none of my family on my Facebook really now. The family that's remaining are my supporters. Because I got to a point that I'm like, you know what? Who lives in this house is what matters to me the most. My babies and their happiness and them having food in their bellies and a roof over the head, and man, they're thriving. And I don't expect everyone to sign up with me. I just don't. But you better bet I expect your support and love. And that's really how I looked at it. If there was a family or friend that was giving me a hard time and just being nasty, I got rid, like, they're gone. And it ended up being where the negative Nancy's and the haters, they got quiet. Because as the success happened, they got quiet. And it's like, I hardly ever get haters now, like very rarely. And it's great because they don't know what to say anymore, right? Because I kept on going. And you guys, I'm an introvert. So, you know, like I don't, yes, it seems silly saying this out loud because I have all of you guys, but I really don't have a ton of really close friends. I just never did. And, when I started this business, I had a few close friends and my husband, and that was really it. I lost all of those friends since starting this. And even my own husband was against this business. He straight up told me, do not sign up. He put his foot down. He's like, you better not sign up for that. And I went behind his back and I did it anyways. Because in my gut, I knew that we hit rock bottom. I had already lost my mom, which is the worst of the worst. And as a family, we hit rock bottom. What was our choice? I had no desire to live with family. Like, I'm so independent. So the idea of living with family and being told what to do, how to live my life, how to raise my children, and hope that I don't piss them off in their house because I didn't pick up after myself or left a towel on the floor or I don't even know, cleaned up the kitchen. I could just only imagine. And then not having any alone time with my husband, and you know, like, there was so much to it. It's a bigger picture. And I'm like, I had no desire to go backwards. None. Yet we were at that fork in the road in our lives when this business came to our lap. And I prayed long and hard. So many tears, you guys. Oh my gosh. So many nights where I did not sleep because I was worried about my babies. And then this happened. Do I think it's an accident? No. Is it a coincidence? No. I cried and I cried and I prayed, and guess what? God gave me an answer. Here you go, my child. Here is the answer to absolutely everything that you've ever gone through, and then some. I was not ready for it. I was at a brink of my life where I was a supervisor at the hospital, and I was so tired of life that I was even contemplating stepping down as a supervisor. I didn't want to be in charge no more. I was so done with people. I was so done with myself. I was so done. My self-esteem was nothing. I couldn't even like look in the mirror, you guys. Literally, I couldn't look in the mirror because I just was so low in life. And then this happened. And I was just like, God, I don't know about this. Like, I'm not ready to be a leader. I'm not ready to like be exposed, you know? Like, I hid from everybody, the world. I hid from everyone from my small town because I was so like done. I went through so much trauma, you guys, so much. And it was, a lot of it had to do with that town. And I hid from everybody. And then this happened. And I'm like, oh my gosh, the idea of showing my before and after pictures. Oh my gosh, I had a full-on panic attack because it petrified me to that degree. So you guys, I get all of it. Like, and then some probably, like, I've been there, like, so much we've gone through. And all I can say is it's worth it. Like, and you might not see it yet. You might be going through some of the same things that I just got on talking about. Or you're going through it right now where you can't even pay your bills. You're on the brink of bankruptcy. You're on the brink of losing everything. And yet, God thought you were special enough to put this business in your life, right? He can't work your business for you, but he's right there. He gave you the answers. And you guys, like, it's gonna take work because it's a job, you know, like it's gonna be something, right? You gotta do something. But the idea of having no cap on potential, absolutely none. And the only thing that is stopping you from succeeding right now is your fear. That's the only thing, is your fear. What are people gonna say? What are they gonna think? But what if I can't do that? I don't think I'm capable of that. You know, like, all of it is based on fear. And again, confiance is your best friend. Like, once I learned with that, I'm like, oh my gosh, thank goodness. You know, and there was the first year in the business, oh my gosh, you guys, 4 kids, a newborn, a niece that went through trauma, so she needed special help, 2 new puppies, a household that certainly doesn't clean itself, you know. I was still working, my husband working full time, and it was awful, like awful. I would escape down the street to this little restaurant because I was having panic attacks every evening from stress. Like, I get it, but I'm telling you right now, just keep going. My own husband, my best friend and life partner, was such a butt. like such a butt. You're not making any money, why don't you just quit? It's such a scam, why don't you just quit? All you do, you're on your phone all day long, every day. You know, all of that crap. Because I didn't know what I was doing back then. I was on my phone more then. And I get it. And I'm like, I'm going to prove him wrong. And day in and day out, I worked my butt off. And I didn't know what you guys get to know. Like, so many mistakes. And it's like, all I can say is, like, it will pay off to a degree where you love it if you keep on going and just lead by love with your business. Love on people. Love on those people that you're talking to in your messenger. Like, our products are so freaking amazing and can save lives. Like, yeah, we can't claim that, but you know that that's the case. Like, look at Rai Rai and the cleanse, you know, like, she got off her kidney medication. We've helped people with their diabetes and being on dialysis. And, I mean, you name it. Like, for myself, like, I know darn well that I would have already had, like, so many hospitalizations had it not been for taking some of the stuff. You know, our stuff is so awesome. And the more you research the ingredients that's in it, wow, like, we have on our hands, like, something that doesn't exist in the world. That literally the endless possibilities are crazy. But it's your fear that's holding you back. Now, you need to look, like, for all those parents out there, because there's a lot of them in here. A lot of you guys are parents. I want you to go look at your kids. Like, aren't they worth it? And you know the answer is yes. So then get to work. You know, like, it's not gonna happen like that where you rank on accident. It's not going to happen where you accidentally sign people up. No, it's going to take you doing the steps each and every day. It is definitely a system. You know, you're adding to your network, you're messaging new people, you're being excited, you're being a product of the product. It is definitely a system. And if something is out from that system, it's not going to work. But at least there's so much trial and error at this point from leaders that we've done the mistakes for you guys, and it's just really just following. And yes, you are going to have some trial and error because you don't sound like me. You don't sound like whoever signed you up, and your audience is a little bit different, but it's going to pay off. I promise you. Like, look at my life. Like, you guys got to pinch me because it's like my life is crazy. It is crazy. And I feel like just about guilty sometimes posting on my Facebook. Like, maybe I shouldn't post like that. Like, because I feel like I'm bragging, and yet I know that I have to say it because people aren't going to believe it. You know, like, my husband is retired 10 months in. I don't have to work the hospital no more and break my back and be so miserable. My babies got homeschooled, my two oldest. My beautiful daughter, who's 14, is heading into high school next year. And we started homeschooling because of her. She had somebody bullying her relentlessly. My poor boy got a concussion and a fractured back from bullying. So that's why they're homeschooled. Had I not been home, that would have not have been possible. Next year, Kiana gets to go to a private high school that's $1,200 a month, which is insane. That's another rent, you know? And it's like, there's so much more to it. I got like a second honeymoon of sorts from winning a cruise from the business to the Bahamas. I've gone on so many trips. I used to, my friends used to make fun of me because I would never leave anywhere. Like, I'm a homebody. And I've gone to Florida a bunch of times, Las Vegas, like all over the place. Disneyland, I never got that as a kid. We were so poor growing up. 7 in our house. And I remember my friends going to like Disneyland and stuff, and it was so embarrassing because I never got any of that. And yet last summer, our family of 5 got to go to Disneyland, and you guys, do you know how expensive Disneyland is? It was thousands upon thousands of dollars spent last summer. Just enjoying because we could. And the business paid for everything. Our rental car, all the hotels, the food, everything. We went to SeaWorld too. We went from Seattle, Washington, all the way down to San Diego. It was the coolest trip ever. And all of that was a business, you know, and it's crazy. Like, my office, that's the fanciest MacBook freaking computer that you can get in the store. The business paid for it. I'm used to my phone still, but you know, this whole office was paid for by the business. But more than anything, I got my family back. My husband is upstairs dealing with my crazy child. And no more do I have to stress about feeling like a single mom because he's working all the time. He doesn't have to drag his tired butt through the door and just, poor thing, like he was killing himself at work. And all of it was possible because of this business. So you got to find your why, and you're not going to go anywhere unless you have a really solid why. By far, my big thing was family time to start and feeling like I had a purpose in life. Losing my mom and having her talk about how she felt like she didn't amount to anything, that she didn't go anywhere, didn't do anything. That was really what sparked all of this, why I even signed up to begin with. I had so much fear starting this, like, oh my gosh, you don't even know. And it was just like, I could hear my mom like, gosh, I regret this, I regret that. And it's like, well, what if I only have a short-term, you know, thing on this earth, like, and I die like tomorrow? Am I going to feel like I actually made a difference in the world? You know, and my answer at that time was no. And it really, really bothered me. And I'm a yellow, if you guys don't know the colors yet, and I'm all about the helper bee, you know, I'm help, help, help. And it's like, all I could think was like, gosh, like, I'm 30, how old was I at the time? Like 31, I think, when I started. I'm 31 years old, and yet I did everything society told me to. I went to college. I did 4.0. Like, I was a nerd, you guys. And I did all of that. I jumped the ranks in the hospital fast. Like, by all means, I made it. And yet, why did I not feel like I made it? Because I never saw my family. We were still miserable. We were still broke. Like, I'm like, there has got to be more to life than just working, working, working. And all I could think, it was like, fast forward the next 40 years in the same hospital doing the same damn thing. Am I going to be happy with that idea? And I literally had felt sick to my stomach. Like, oh my gosh, like, no. I know I'm made for more. And this business is so beautiful because you get to impact lives and on a whole different level. And man, like and not to say that I have plans to, but if I die tomorrow, like I felt like I did something, you know? And that is such a beautiful feeling to know that you helped another person and to change another person's life and to help moms come home to their babies. Like, yes, you get told no a lot. So do I. But what about the yeses out there? That deck of cards. You're looking for your ace in that deck of cards and it might be at the very bottom. But what if that ace is your future ambassador? And yet you quit before you even got there. Like, this business works if you work. Like, and you guys are so lucky because all the trial and error has been done. Like, at this point, like, you don't have to guess what to do. You get examples of how to talk to people, example posts, incentives and contests. And none of them are technically like where they have to exist. But we just make it so that your job is a little easier. You know, and you guys, I promise you it's so worth it. Like, there's some of them, like I haven't put up the latest ones. Like, even, and I'm going to say this on purpose because Midori might be watching, and even if you rank once a year, there's 8 ranks. In 8 years, you're making $32,000 a month as an ambassador. And ranking once a year is very slow, mind you. So what does that teach you? That teaches you that having that no quit is so worth it. So worth it. So what is my advice? Because I have even some leaders in here that have made a high rank and they're feeling a little bit discouraged maybe. Or having some newbies that are like, gosh, what did I get my hands on? Like, what did I do? Or, you know, like the in-betweeners that you've been working your tail off and you still haven't hit your rank yet. You're looking for your ace. You're gonna find your ace. I know it. And if you think about it, to be an ambassador, you need 5 superstars. That's it. You don't need 5 million. You need 5 superstars. That's it. 5 aces. And it's crazy. This business is so amazing. And the more you're in it, the more you're gonna love it. For my leaders that feel discouraged, you know, look at who you do have. And I bet you there's some people underneath of you that you don't even know yet. Having an important conversation with them is a big one. Take a step back for 2 seconds. You know, are you leading by example? You know, we really, as a leader, it's really, really, really easy to get caught in management mode where you kind of boss people around a little bit because you're like, well, I already kind of put my work in. Now I just get a boss. No, that's not how it works. You know, are you doing your steps to success each month? Are you pulling in the numbers? Are you adding to your network each day? Are you on the Power Hour Zooms? Are you messaging X amount of people each day? You know, are you charting? Are you interacting with people on your Facebook and Instagram and all of that? Are you having wrap parties, right? It's very easy to get into management mode. Now, if the answer is yes, then your audience might be wrong. So scratch off a lot of people on your Facebook, revamp, because that new blood will be everything, and just keep going. You know, pull a Rachel Jones is what I say. Rachel Jones is my favorite. And it's there. People are there. If you're like an in-betweenie where you haven't yet hit your rank, it took me a year to get to diamond. And once I hit it, I knew I was going to lose it because the people I pulled that team. And it's crazy because to this day, I have one that remained and she had barely hit her ruby, but I loved her. I just loved her. So she was a ruby out of my diamond chart. And I had an important conversation with her because I said, look, I'm going for diamond. I'm going to hit it, but I'm going to lose it. And I'm going to completely revamp everything, but I really want you along for the ride. Do you know who that was? That was Miss Bua herself, Miss Charity Bua. And look at her now. Like, she's a freaking rock star, going for triple diamond, you know? And what did I do? I scratched people from my Facebook. I changed my hat that I was wearing on my head, and I got out of management mode, and I got excited again. I started using the products. There's using the products, and then there's using the products. You know, there is a difference, you know, like, are you actually using them? Or are you only halfway using them, right? Oh, I took my hair, skin, nails today. I forget in the next 4 days and I use it again. Or, oh, I took my greens a week ago. Oh, I wrapped 2 months ago. You know, like, you got to use your stuff, because the minute you use them, you can sell them, you know, like, and you become a shares person and not a salesperson. And it's just having that mindset is everything, you guys. Like, it's so everything, you know. If you are in the dumps, I'm telling you right now that your team is going to be in the dumps. If you're super busy and expecting your team to just keep on going like nothing has happened, and you're not posting in the same, you're not as excited, you're not present, the chances of your team keep going with the momentum is slim to none. It's not going to happen. So leading by example is so freaking important. For my in-betweeners, all I can say is to keep going. Look at who you do have. Is there potential there? And if there's some that maybe you know that they have it, but they just haven't got there yet. Maybe they need a little bit more one-on-one. Maybe you need to completely wipe off your chart and start over. But that is something for you and them to kind of discuss and decide. And I strongly suggest you get in Messenger or FaceTiming and having that important conversation. What I said to Bua back then, and now it's been like 2 years from now, is I straight up said, look, like, I'm running. I gotta run. I need this for my family. Like, I have to hit this for my family. It is either food on the table or not. And I gotta go, and I really want you with me. And it's up to you if you want to run with me. I can't completely build your business because it's impossible, but I would love to work side by side with you. And guess what? She ran with me. And having that conversation, I feel like it's so vital, and looking at who is underneath of you and just like talking to them, and then just go, like, putting in that work. Yes, it might take up getting up a little bit early, you guys. Like, we have those power hours set up on purpose, you know, or you creating your own power hour. I cannot tell you how much work can get done in that 1 hour. That's it. 1 hour a day, and you can get the majority of your business done. That's crazy. I'm about to hit the 7th out of 8th rank. It's like VIP way up there. And I can get the majority of my business done in that 1 hour. Right? Like, yeah, I'm busy too. We're all busy, because I get that a lot. I'm just so busy, Miranda. I'm just so busy. Well, you have to be intentional with your time, just like what I said in the beginning with an online class. You know you have homework. You know you have tests, right? It's the same thing with this. You know that you need to be posting. That's a given. You know that you've got to message people. That's where the real money's at. It's talking to people. You can watch 20 YouTube videos a day, but that's not going to make you money. So it's like, you got to just be intentional with your time. Like, you can get a lot done in a very small amount of time, you guys. I know I'm rambling slightly, but I don't know. It's just, I'm a little bit emotional just because it's like, just the whole journey getting to this point, and all the crap that, oh my gosh, all the no's, all the tears, you know, like the friendships that's come and gone, the new friendships, like, alone, you know, and it's just so much learning curves on everything. My posts used to be so ugly. I used to post so bad. I used to talk so bad. But now it's like, I just realized I just got to embrace me and rock with it. I'm a hot mess most days, but that's okay. I just roll with it. And it's like, people will like really respect you being genuine in you. And you're on Facebook anyways, you guys. Most people are on Facebook anyways. You just weed in the business. You know, that's all it is. So for those that are right next to your rank, you're right there. You can taste it. Don't give up. Don't give up. You are family and you are worth it. I've been there where you're like, well, I'm just so far away. Maybe I'll just try next month, right? And then you hit end of month madness. A bunch of people rank. And I'm like, crap, maybe I should have worked harder. Yep, I should have worked harder, especially when I see those preliminary commissions come out. Like, oh crap, I took a pay cut. Or shoot, that's not even going to pay for so-and-so bill. Oh, you don't want that. You just don't. You don't. And it's at that point where a lot of people will give up, because then they're like, I just don't feel like it now. My paychecks aren't that big. Maybe I'll just throw in the towel. Yet your life didn't change. You signed up for a reason. You still struggle to pay the bills, right? So quitting the business is like the worst thing you can do, because it's your one answer out of the trouble you're in right now, right? So please just keep going. Like, reach deep, pray, give it all up. Like, throw fear in the garbage can, wherever my garbage can went. Right? Because that's the only thing that's holding you back right now. And then just get to work. You know, maybe you, oops, someone's messaged me. Maybe you're like, okay, 10 days. Can I really get it done? Yeah. I know a friend that went Ruby in a night. In a night. It was a ginormous wrap party. And then there's people in the company that have gone diamond in 3 days, 0 to 180, you guys. They just signed up and go diamond in 3 days, and then also in a week. The one in the week, by the way, just got put into the Millionaires Club. She hit $1 million. That's nuts. So anything's really possible. Are you going to work a little harder if it's like in 10 days going 0 to 180? Yep. Your power hours probably aren't going to cut it, but it's worth it. You guys, it's worth it. Like right there, there's so many of you guys that are close to Ruby, Emerald, Diamond, Double Diamond, and Triple Diamond right now, because I see your charts. And it's crazy to me because it's like right there, right there, right there. And just getting some of your team fired up, you're going to hit it. Please look at the post that I made just a little bit ago. That is from the actual leadership group I was talking about with triples to black diamonds. And there are people that I've hit 20, 30,000 in group volume in so many days. That is insane. A diamond is 10,000, just to give you a little glimpse. So it's like, holy molies. That is like a double diamond boom within a few days. That's crazy. Yeah, it's possible because it's right. Now what if you are one of the ones that you're like, okay, Miranda, your speech is motivating me. What do I do? It's time to get to work. Once you stop listening to this video, I want you to message your team right now. You're going to message them and say, look, this is going to be insane. It's going to take some work. It's going to take a little bit less sleep. And it's going to definitely take no binge watching TV. But do you want to do this with me? This is where I'm going. This is where I would love for you to be with me. Let's run. You want to run with me? All right? Have that conversation first. And then you look and you make... Do you have your Facebook friends list printed out right now? Because you should. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, at the very top of the search bar, click print, because it's going to pull right up. Print your Facebook friends list. Because that is you don't need to write a list of potentials. That is your potentials, is whoever's on your Facebook. And then get to work. Who are people that you've already talked to? Where's all your potential customers? Where's all your potential distributors? And then you're following up like a psychopath. Every single potential customer, you're going to message them and you're going to just straight up say, like, look, I am right next to such a big goal of mine. Can you please put in your order tonight? It would be such a big favor. I would seriously be so grateful. Boom. Messaging family and friends. Message everyone that's in your phone right now. That's going to take you a hot minute. I messaged when I was going triple, like my sister, my family's not supportive. I told you guys that. I messaged one of my sisters and I said, look, like, can you please order some? And she's like, well, I kind of, I'm like, no, really, like, can you order something? And she ended up ordering like $100 worth of things because I asked. And I straight up told her I was right next to a rank. There's so many people that will do you a favor if you just say it a certain way. Can you do me a favor? I'm right next to boom. I remember going with that cruise, that Bahamas cruise I was talking about. I was right there for earning it. And I posted about it. And I was in tears with like the support that was involved. People want to help, but you have to ask. Host a post, you guys. That is a gold mine. So if you feel like, gosh, I only signed one customer this month, I wish I had signed up more, host a post. And it's so unlimited. And you can totally green light message on that one. Hey, can you do me a favor? Or hey girl, da da da. You know, like I posted it, just put green light for the search bar and you'll see what I'm talking about. I was super nervous doing that one. I will admit it. I'm a yellow. I get nervous with people. Like, oh my gosh, what are they going to say? Oh my gosh, people are so nice. They're like, yeah, girl, I'll do you a favor. Like, people are so sweet about it. And it's just host post. And guess what? I signed up a customer from it. And I have 3 other potentials from that one person doing it. Let alone the other ones I need to go ask. Host to post is a gold mine. And then for distributors, you straight up get in their inbox. Hey, like I'm about to post about my next leadership spot. Would you like it? And then be personal. Like, don't be cheesy, please. Like, do you actually want them on your team? Because if you do, then you need to let them know and why. If you're just saying it to say it, that's not good because they're going to go right through you. Like, you need to mean it. And just, like, do you really want them on your team? And then you tell them why you want them on the team. Look, like, I know I can help your family. I know that being a single mom sucks. And I know that this business can help you in so many ways. I would love to have you as my next leader. But you got to sign up tonight. And then you, like, if they don't have money, well, give them some ideas on how to get it, right? So there's so many ways about it. But you've got to put that sense of urgency, excitement, and where are you going? Do they even know that? Like, because, and I just got a lecturing one of my leaders last night because she doesn't sign DTs as well as she does with LCs. And I'm like, that's because nobody knows where you're going. Right? Like they're not going to sign up with you if they think that you're going to quit the next day. Like you got to have the confidence and talk about your future more. Posting the pattern is really, really important, you guys. So I did post a video in here about how to sign distributors. Please look for it. It's a good one. But I'm going to let you guys go. But it was just on my heart with like what we've gone through. And I don't want you guys to have my life. I want you to have a better life. I want you to be able to swipe your debit card and not look at your bank first. I want you to go to the gas station and fill up your car and not sweat at the same time, hoping it doesn't decline. I want you to go to the grocery store and not have to put things back on the shelf. I want you to be able to be a yes mom and not have to say no to your kids. I want you to be able to buy fun things like little kiddie pools and let's see if I can see fire pits. I don't know if you can see it. It's way back there. And be able to spoil your family and friends because you can, you know? I want you to be able to do things in life and not have limits anymore. I want you to be able to retire yourself and spouse if that's what you so desire. You know, to buy your dream house, to buy your dream car, to be debt-free. Like all of that. You deserve it. But go own it. Deserve it? Yeah, you deserve it. Go own it, though, and go work your tail off to get there. So I love you guys so freaking much. This is a Black Diamond team. I have no doubts whatsoever. And it's just going. Keep your chin up. Don't quit. Be excited because life is good. And just run. Okay? But thank you for tuning in. I know that was longer than I didn't have any of it planned. I don't have any notes. It was just what was on my heart. And it's like just the journey to get to this point has been an interesting one, to say the least. And I have no regrets of how I got here. And my goal is just to pour into you guys as much as possible so that you guys have that hope and know that the possibilities are completely endless. So it's just going there. And I know that you can do it. I know it in my heart. So if you feel like maybe there's a question or something or whatever it is, like all of us, we all have certain questions. All of us go through certain things, or maybe you're in a funk or something. My inbox, you guys, is always open. For those that don't know, like, don't ever think, yes, I'm busy. Like, I'm a mom. Like, I'd be busy without this business. But I would prefer to have you guys message me and get your answer or do a powwow with me or something than you to hold it in, feel discouraged, and quit. Like, my inbox is open. Obviously, I've hit some success with the business because I'm where I'm at. And I don't want you to ever feel like you're not good enough to be at the same spot. If this little shy, quiet mouse, you know, introvert from a small town teen mom can do it, anybody can freaking do this. Anyone. And at this point, you've seen the leaders where they're at. Like, all of us have gone through crap. You know, look at Bua living on a freaking island in the middle of nowhere, like, with like no Wi-Fi, and she's about to hit triple diamond. I'm so thankful because she's moving to Hawaii, by the way. And it's crazy. We've proven that it works, you guys. And I cannot promise an easy road, but I can promise that it's worth it. So I love you guys, and I thank you for being you, and I thank you for being on this team. I know that you guys don't see what I see because I get to see the bigger picture and to be a part of the bigger groups and whatnot. By far, this is one of the best teams in the entire world. By far. We have some of the biggest growth that exists. It's crazy. Like, we are up there. So know that you are a freaking rock star. And just keep going, okay? But I love you guys. I thank you for everything, for all your hard work every single day. And what is our motto? We rise together. Like, I have no desire to be at the top by myself, none. My leaders know this, but I'm telling you also, I don't want to be by myself. Yeah, right. I'm too shy. So I don't want to be on stage by myself either. So come join me. All right, guys, have a good night, and I will talk to you soon.